Hello, it's John, and it's currently 43 degrees, and it's still clear outside, but we're nice and warm inside. We're going to be playing I Love Colonel Sanders, and we're going to be continuing where we left off. Let's see here. Colonel Sanders, and he's arriving at school on his horse. Of course he is. Alright, let's continue here. What do we got here? So, we stopped with the decision yesterday. Should we run to him, or should we stand back and admire his majestic glory? We should stand back and admire his majestic glory, of course. Colonel Sanders' horse is truly a thing of beauty. Without ever acknowledging that he is being watched, he does a short horse dance before dismounting with a flourish. He then slaps the beautiful creature gently on its rear, sending it running free into the countryside. Okay. You are so struck by the sight of him that you lose the ability to speak coherently. Oh, I didn't realize anyone was watching. Don't worry, he knows his way home. You attempt to compliment Colonel Sanders, but the words don't come out exactly right. What a horseful beaut you have. I mean, what a horseful beaut you have. Dang it, that's what I just said. Being a good friend, Miriam attempts to cover for you, of course. Oh, John, just get really nervous around people they like. What? This is not helping. I mean, they got food poisoning and were up all night. It was gruesome. You should have seen it. She gives you a wink and a smile as if to say, situation handled. Can't blame a girl for trying. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you can see your two rivals, Ashley and Van, are doing something bad. By the way they're hiding, you know it must be really bad. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Let's see. Like counterfeiting recipes bad, experimenting with restricted ingredients bad, summoning a demon bad. You try and get a peek over Van's hulking shoulder, but he sees you coming. Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this. Why don't you make like a bee and mind your own wax, honey? Tell them to stop acting immature or act like you're not interested in them, but really try and get a closer look. Just tell them to stop acting like you're not interested in them, but really try to get a closer look. You know, tell them to stop being immature. You immediately dress the rivals down for their immature behavior. Culinary school is to be respected. This kind of nonsense is a waste of everyone's time. Now you've upset them. Oh, and you're the emperor of cooking, are you? You make the rules. I'm not sure you know a good meal if it ain't you. Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes panache. And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil. You finally get a good look at what it was they were hiding, and you instantly recognize it. It's a book, just like the one you found after your encounter with the sport monster. That's the same book that I found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. That book is a family heirloom, and its contents are secret. That's why you're bringing it to school, right? That's why you're bringing it here. Alright. You notice that they haven't just been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall, and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth. We're playing! Before you can dig in any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Beep, beep. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van's meaty foot. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts. His hair. Oh my gosh, his hair. You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. Bzz. Who do you think you are talking to? I've never heard such language. Not even from a stand mixer. Whoomp whoomp. No, your mother was a stand mixer. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me. But I'm not interested in either of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena, at least. Or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got lofty career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I can help you with your business plan. Just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town. My tiny legs are very, very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn. Rub his furry dog belly. He loves it. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken. You want to pay attention to the lesson, truly you do. Which is why in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name. But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you miss most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, John? Naturally, this appears to you to be a sample platter. Which item do you want to sample? A glass of water, a shimmering pepper, or a dog biscuit. I think I'm gonna. You think I know what I'm gonna choose here. We're gonna go with the dog biscuit, of course. This is probably gonna because the shape is baked in. You assume the dog biscuit is a treat made by Sprinkles, an example of his culinary talents. Perhaps you reach out for it when Sprinkles jumps and bites onto your cooking apron. What kind of monster would steal a dog's favorite biscuit? Your apron is left in tatters. The entire class looks on in horror as you fall unconscious from the embarrassment. I never even got to taste it. Is this the end? You fade into darkness, but something is there. The sport monster? Borko? What are you doing here? It's not your time, my friend. Your act of kindness has not been forgotten. You watch as your apron magically repairs itself. You won't have to live in embarrassment anymore. Thank you, my friend, wherever you are. Which item do you want to sample? Well, I'm thinking we'll do the pepper next in case it's hot, and then we have that glass of water. So let's do the pepper next. A brightly colored pepper stands out from the other items. It sparkles in a most eye-catching way. So naturally you reach out, grab it, and eat it right away. However, your body is not prepared for the heat. The pepper has triggered an intense spice hallucination. It feels like forever as you trip through the universe. My friend, oh. This guy again. I'm here to give you an important message, oh. You must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny. All you must do is... I was saying, to fulfill your destiny, all you must do is... Sorry, I think I still got some spice stuck in my throat. It's fine, I'll work through. To fulfill The prophecy. You must. You feel yourself begin to regain consciousness. Aw, man. You come to and find everyone is staring at you. That pepper was the last of its kind on Earth, and now it's gone forever. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you. Someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim. And arrivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via time competitive cook-off. The level of theatrics with these two is off the charts. Demand that they stop wasting everyone's time. Step up and tell them you're on. Stop wasting my time. Is everything a competition with you two? Yes. Yes. Well, not with me. On a personal journey. To battle, to love, to learn to love? Sure, why not? But definitely not to constantly battle. Yeah, stop getting your genres crossed. Don't you have some portable monsters to capture or something? I need to eat if I'm going to have the energy to sustain my education and pursue my dreams of becoming a master chef. How are any of us supposed to get anywhere if we're constantly fending off challenges from every know-it-all with an apron? Besides, I already bought my own lunch. Sean, you should have it. It will give you the energy you need to succeed. You giving me your lunch? Miriam reaches out and presents a gift to you. My special grilled cheese and tomato soup with chocolate milk to wash it down and a tartlet for dessert. It only takes you about 5 seconds to eat Miriam's tiny food, but it's just what you needed for motivation. You know what? I've learned enough for today. Let's battle. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sportsing court. Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least not until we turn on the timer. Just then, a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the words, timer ready. That's what I'm talking about. Aroo! I stand corrected. If it's a battle you want, it's a battle you'll get. My bestie can best the best of them. I don't know about that. Best believe it. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now is my chance to shine. I will defeat you myself. You had his chicken, and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day one, and you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. What is the temperature of water boil at? It's 100 degrees Celsius. That's right. But how would you have even gotten into the school without knowing that? I cannot do fast-paced stuff. Winter gets to rub my furry belly. Let that enticing offer motivate you. Okay. You're going to need to season this chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. How many herbs and spices did he say he used? Oh gosh, I think it was 11. It was 11. That's right. You might not know all of the ingredients yet, but at least you're headed in the right direction. Tail wagging intensifies. Now that you've got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. What state of mind offers the most flavor? Oh my gosh, the timer's going really fast. Gratitude. That's right. You must never take this opportunity for granted if you hope to succeed. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You'd better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you never to forget where you came from. Every day you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. Oh gosh, now would be a great time to harness that energy. So where does it come from? Small town, a shoulder of iron, shoulders of the Pacific. I don't know. Okay, that's right. This is your shot. I can't believe I got them all right, and you're not going to miss it. Aroo! try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What is the sound of success? Sizzling. That's wrong. I don't know. Don't make me get the spray bottle. Next question. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you, John. He actually is cheering you on, which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you were doing. Now you can think about it as Colonel Sanders. How many spoonfuls of gravy for... Ah! You thinking? Get your mind back in the competition. Grr. You're in a stranded island with only one desert cookbook. Which do you take? What a hunk. I know, right? You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on the challenge? You're falling behind. Sorry, I forgot the question. Oh, walking along the beach. What does that have to do with Krabby's particular fried chicken and delicate baked biscuits? Woof woof. You're really struggling to keep up. And the next session over, Ashley's already began putting elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into a stand mixture. As you do, the crowd gasps. Yikes! Zzz. I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in a kitchen battle, but sometimes this means sacrificing the personal touch. You might not have any hands. John does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixture and rescue the dough before it's overmixed. John, no! But you're not fast enough and your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. What? Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Everyone stop what you're doing right now. The battle's over. It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on. Aw, that... Oh no, I clicked it. I didn't get to read it. Gosh. No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two on account of John's injury. You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skip straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask John to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away. Inside you find a delicate fried cheese croquette atop a slice of honeycomb ice cream, 2 ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry gelée. What? Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger in the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you. As he places the sauce-covered finger onto his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Internalize the rage you feel. Put yourself between Colonel Sanders and Ashley. Yes! You reach out with your apron to wipe the sauce off his glistening face. Colonel Sanders recoils and brushes you back. This goatee isn't just a fashion statement, it's also functional. I was saving that flavor for later. Oh no! Oh gosh. No. I lost. Oh no, I'll be back. Okay, we're back. Okay, we're back. I am going to choose internalize the rage you feel and see what that does. Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash, And they fall off your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester. Perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run to the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is a part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've ever failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well, then think again. I was always the man you see before you enrolled in culinary school. Incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure. I was born that way. But I walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I think I said that right. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules could be so cruel. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together, which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I've resolved, then, that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best that I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changed his focus, you can see something ignite inside of him, a burning passion. One has to remember that every failure could be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure, it's honest, it's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. It's the sport monster. Borko? It is I. I know I said I wouldn't be back after the whole fight to the death thing, but you don't really want to see me anymore, but I just wanted to say that I was wrong to attack you, and I apologize. I know what it's like having to always look over your shoulder. Monster problems, alright? Thanks, Porco. I'm glad that there are no hurt feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark of night can really rile a person up. I also want to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode. I know that you're strong and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to this school. I wasn't always a sport monster, you see. I don't believe it. You were human once. Well, no, I was a golden retriever. What? But I was still a student one day some mean kids with a magic spell book cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed. A magic spell book? Precisely. I had procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef, and shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear, I will be there. It sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. John, together I am sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. Personal invite? You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like. But it sounds like you're about to find out. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him, and I still can't read. Wow. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago I made a decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy, both perhaps. Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him, or keep it a secret just for you? This is Colonel Sanders. We gotta reveal it to him, right? See what reveal it does. You decide that you're ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. The shredded cabbage disc glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' Lux hideaway. Magnificent! Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. You could offer to make him more, but it seems like he's like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. He's gonna steal my man. He's gonna steal it. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, gosh. You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of items to click on. Okay, let's see. What is this? This must be where he keeps the secret recipe. You think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, the safe opens. Inside it, you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared like sashimi style? Are we just going to take his stuff? An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor from the goatee and mustache combo he sports. You can figure that this must be Colonel Sanders himself. That, or maybe it's the drumsticks that he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Probably some type of person who would make their own face on the logo of the company they founded. Am I right? Tap on an item. The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt? Maybe this is where he discovered one of the secret herbs and spices. You can have doors open now. One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be dressing them. You look closer and see that there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. Take a closer look at the large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but when you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lie the ashes of all my past careers and business failures." Poor guy. A scented candle. You pick it up and try to identify the smell. Power tool? Freshly starched collar? Piece of wood floating in a lake? Summer of '69? No, it's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's beep. A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silvery in color. It's actually made of spun silver. You gaze out the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Just then, the ghost of Student pops up. Are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death? Wait, What? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I could just tell you my name right now. It's... Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open the window crack and the ghost of student is swept out with a breeze. Okay. You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on a corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real. Taxidermy must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." So we got the door left, we got the door over here. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish he has been working on. He wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks why you're wearing his jacket. Aww. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket! You forgot to take it off. You tell him you're cold. You decide to touch a moment and make a big move. You fess up and tell the truth. You confess. I think I've developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, John. I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence. You wake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is the day that could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. Boop. In some jurisdictions, boop isn't even legal. But if the recipe is a secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's hoarding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a sample breakfast I just whipped up. It's meticulous. You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. Michael's mean and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? Take him down a peg. Or flatter him. Flatter him. You know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pull at the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears, unable to speak. The only answers you can find is to run out the door and get home. Oh gosh. There's still one more day of school. After all, the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you. It's okay, I was just... But now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that. Since I've been partnered up with Clank, he asked me to go out with him. Of course, I told him, you better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. but he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me. So I said, yeah, sure, I can get to know the little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends. Was his friends robots too? But things quickly spiraled out of control. Did you just say skydiving as it was a typical first date to go on with a talking pressure cooker? And now I'm not really sure where we stand. Don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however. Bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection, wowzers. Offers to support you no matter what you do. Together with your bestie, you feel like you can do anything. There they are. There they are. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact, because you know he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious.
Oh, it's great. I'll order up you one right away.
I have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dip too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size?
Because I'm literally the biggest person at this school.
There's that horse that Colonel Sanders rides at school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature?
You've got some nerve, John, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse.
Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixed accident makes you wince with pain.
It doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up.
I'll never give up. Ever. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears that things are close to boiling over, and naturally, intuitive personally senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? John, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Are you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. It's a lot of words to say. It was bland. Excuse me, John. I am more than capable enough to speak for myself. Uh-oh. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine arts and fine foods. See you inside, John. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you roll across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spellbook you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa! That's that book? It looks like bad news. It's just something I found lying on the ground. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful? I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open a page cover with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency, it says around the edges of the page. I could use this spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That is way too drastic. Can you do something else, like anything else not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine. It is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out. We're probably gonna get a bad ending if we cast a spell. That's what I'm thinking. Let's don't do it. Let's don't do it. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. He must be hungry. Reach for some old homework to give him as a snack. Wait to see what happens. Yes. Sprinkles stops in his tracks. He looks out on the window. The room is deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on the cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs to the window of the classroom and begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside. Terrence! I told you never to come back here! Terrence! I will destroy you! Terrence! Sprinkles is barking furiously, drool flying off his face. The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. I wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence? You better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again! After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt by not only Terrence, but any other squirrel in hearing distance, he returns to his professional tone. I apologize for the outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, John, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see, before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by whirs and sparks coming from the back of the room. What is happening right now? I told you to save it for after class. You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger? Miriam and Clink appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clink's language of mechanical noises. But no, you had to show off your cool kid friends Jeff and Joan, J and J forever. Watch us form a triangle in midair as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Bzz, bzz. Yeah, well, that doesn't make it a great date.
Beep, whir.
Then just take Jeff and Joan with you. You can all hold hands as you pedal down the mountain, or off a cliff for all I care. Sad beep. Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out of the gaps in his panels, and then a loud ding stops him from his tracks. Beep, bzz. No amount of seasoning is going to make me want to eat that, Clank. Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker. Considering that he himself has wheels, not feet, it's not entirely clear where it came from. In terms of deep friend footwear, I guess it looks okay. Clink slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they don't see that entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown at challenge exam. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. Before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey Miriam, are you okay? Okay, I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that, in front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. Or robot, or I don't know. I know that you know this, but I'm going to say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you are going to cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. That's right. That's right, Miriam. We got this. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not going to saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me. Of course not. Well, maybe sort of, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it and and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup. And I bet that Professor Dog is going to love it up. Or are you pep talking Miriam? You completely missed lunch. But that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You've decided to head to the arena early to practice the dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent, and a chance to beat the pants off Van, the supposed man, and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on, John's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. John, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's not bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You usually happily share your food with anyone who is hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires. But that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you. Ignore it. There was no sound at all. Fess up about the practice. Fess up. There you go. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know, my nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? Haha, no, I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules, that is, except to cook with everything you've got. You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect, his original recipe fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone's calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash. Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend, Baster Blaster. Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin.
Let's rock and roid.
Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with a lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula. Even Clint gets in on it. 5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, when did Link learn to speak English? It's the singularity, as was foretold. We mustn't let it happen.
or the appliance uprising will take us all.
Self-destruct. Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out the back door of the arena. As your friend prepared to do, she knows Ashley has her spell book out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? No, we're going to do it the hard way. We're not going to cheat. We're going to do it the hard way. Who needs magic when you've got passion? And besides, Colonel Sanders might hate us if we cheat. He'll never love us if we cheat. I'm going to do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a silver wink from across the room. I believe in you, John. Miriam notices too. And I've always believed in you, John, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever. You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station, cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who's cooking? Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Oh, that's sweet, but Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. Is the secret ingredient. However, she doesn't know that she lied and the ingredient was made up. And where in the world did she get an Eye of Newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. It is I, Steve, the spork monster. Steve? What happened to Borko? You're not here to battle me, are you?
We spork monsters are many. I think Borko had the day off, but you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle. So I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out?
Sorry Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind?
Steve the Spork Monster notices that you've got the grimoires stashed beneath your cooking station.
I see what you're up to. Crisscross some magical items and accidentally summon me, huh? Yeah, you guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing me some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water?
I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little sport pup back in the old country.
You can feel Sport Monster winding up to a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition.
I understand. It's kind of like that time in Monster School that I had fallen asleep during scare tactics class, and when I woke up...
He tosses a serious stare at Steve, and then he takes the hint.
Never mind, I'll tell you later. Good luck.
Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. Should I give up and drop out of culinary school? No! We're going to summon extra power from deep down within ourselves. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for...
Yes, John. You are the chosen one. You will avenge me.
The power you've been summoning immediately fades back out. You're interrupted my inspiring monologue.
Sorry.
My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. Are we going? What is happening? You know that with this power you can do anything except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, dear John. You may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. You managed
is to make... All you managed to make is mac and cheese. And time is almost up, so you're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting if we combine forces we could form the perfect food union? Time's up, students! With time expired, it's the moment everyone has been waiting for. You must now present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop, clank. From off screen you hear a pure innocent giggle that can only come from one student. Hee, I'm flying! It sounds like it's coming from the broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside that closet you see Pop, hanging a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there right now! Let me guess, did Van have something to do with this?
When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse?
I thought a wedgie was a salad. It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, saying how he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs. Maybe excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks. I must say, it's not the worst prank in USCAL history. UCSAL history. But it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks. Clank! Where did that pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear a signature word be rather onomatopoeia, but there's none. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged. I guess I'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester. Yes, 3 whole days long. 3 days. But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now, describe your dish. I've made tender udon noodles in a savory soup. My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny Nartumaki I spy float in this itsy bitsy bowl? Yes, Chef. Please call me Sprinkles. Chef was my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles. And some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime. Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on. I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine. I'll enjoy it all by myself. And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much. It was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, John, for helping me believe myself. You're welcome. Van, you're up. Now describe your dish.
I made uni over smooth egg custard in an an ocean shell, topped with caviar. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second, different colored type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles.
A bit much, don't you think?
That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is a kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool?
He doesn't stiff to any, but he can't get his nose close to the count of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof woof! Please be gentle with my cuisine. Grrr. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Ouch, my tongue! The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. I can't eat this. It keeps poking my tongue. Disqualified. A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified for glamour? Don't discount simplicity. This isn't the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles glassily laps a bowl of milk. I know, yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley, it's time to step up. Now describe your dish.
I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rosewater syrup topped with French meringue and connected by a sugar glass. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it anyway. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food at a cooking school. Got toast in your ears or something, John? I told you, it's a display piece. Ashley, I must say, it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it and did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to the College of Eating School for the Hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food could not be eaten, it could not be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by it, trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me, either. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cook, step up together. 2 chefs? What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. Oh my! He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. I do like the mac and cheese bowl. I really love the mac and cheese bowl. Uh-oh. I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just when I thought I've seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing, and completely blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. What? You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass. Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win! Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive that even Van Van and Ashley are drawn back by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Dog is in the house. Oh. You know that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned tumblist? Who says you can't teach an old dog a new trick? Van Van and Ashley tell everyone that they're committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were villains. They were the villains. For the moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghosts allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh, amusing. And now that everyone is together, it's the sport monster. He has totally mellowed out. Hey, everyone.
The sport monster is no more. From here on out, I prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name, Party Monster. Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to sport. Sorry, Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking, and you know she's gonna do great. Red carpet rolls across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop. He arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat. A crown? Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Oh, now I get it. And now, okay. And we get a new wing on the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such. The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparkling and electrical hissing. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. I am Clank. I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What? I actually feel like I knew it this whole time. Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me? I don't know what to say. Besides, no, obviously. I have just begun to learn who I really am. This is the time for me to devote my life to figuring out who you are, Clank. You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear she has managed to surpass you in that regard. I understand, kind of. Humans are weird. The portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Howdy, classmates. Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough just to give them a bucket of chicken. This time it's a full meal. Whoa. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken. And man, by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. The end? Did we beat? Is this an ending? Did we get the end? Okay. Okay. I think that's the ending we got. Oh, hold on. No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. John, what are you doing sitting all alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. I wonder, might you tell me what are the qualities that you would expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, oh, I don't know. A spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, just to name a few. It is truly my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Of course! Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off, and I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, John. How sweet. We'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? Well, I think this is something I'll just need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be you found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll at pastry school. Oh, my dear John, I'm sure you'll find your place eventually. And along the way, you'll have me by your side. The end. What? Oh no, we only got half of Colonel Sanders. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, guys, that has been I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger-licking good dating simulator. Apparently I got the bad ending, but I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. If you want to check it out, it's on Steam. Download it, play it, see if you get a better ending than I could. But thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe for more. Yeah, like I said, I really enjoyed this game. This game is great. I will see you in the next game I play. Alright? Everybody, have a good night.